Hey everyone. All right, so I am back again to give you some more news. And of course, I've not been feeling well because of flu, and winter is around us right here, so that is why I've been a little bit low. But of course, we keep going, we keep moving. So I do have a couple of stories to share with you. Okay, I have stories concerning the MDCA. I have social stories. I also have African stories. So just relax, and if you are new, why don't you subscribe and stay? All right, so our first story is rather an unfortunate story whereby a tourist from South Africa was trampled on by an elephant and he died. Yes, he was actually an elderly person in his 70s, and him and his son had visited Zimbabwe for tourism. So they left their car about 40 meters away and they started to walk on foot around the park, where they came across two elephants, but one of them chased them, and the father couldn't run further and he was trampled and he passed away. Yes, so speaking of this, of elephants in Zimbabwe, there was a report on BBC saying that Zimbabwe has, a very large population of elephants, and they were causing problems. And the documentary was also talking about the Wange National Park, where they're saying the elephants were actually coming, destroying things, even killing a lot of people. So, and they were saying even to relocate the elephants to other places or to other game reserves is very, very expensive. But we are continuously seeing this news of people, of tourists being stumbled on by elephants in Zimbabwe, which I think is not really a good thing. It doesn't give a good image for tourists, especially now that the borders are opening, people are beginning to start to travel, they're looking at more places to come and visit. And for such kind of news of more and more tourists being killed by animals like elephants, I think it's not a really good thing for the image of the country. And I'm hoping that they're going to take measures to try and stop these things and start and control animals and everything. Now, moving on to another story. We have a story of MDCA led by Nelson Chamisa. We have seen over the past days that there have been some videos circulating in social media whereby it seems like he was being blocked from holding rallies in some places, and a lot of other things being said. But there's also one particular video where it is seen that President Chamisa made some school children, gave one of them money, and also the other people who were with him were asking the kids, to make the slogan, ngapinde hake mkomana. But then we saw Nelson Chamisa saying, well, stopping the people from making the kids to make slogan. And this brings it to the discussion that was on social media. Some people were commending Nelson Chamisa, say, yeah, he's very correct, he was very right to stop his people from making the children to make slogans, because children should never be forced. Okay, children should never be forced to make slogans. And we also have seen others criticizing him for choosing to give money to only one child, and yet there were so many children there. But anyway, let's just watch the video and I'll be back with more news. All right, so in another story, we have again another sad story whereby A businessman from Kwekwe, akauraya vanhu 6, like he went on a rampage, akauraya vanhu 6, different families, running around just, making all these things. And he spoke on video, and the video is really disturbing because the way he's speaking doesn't show any remorse. He's just narrating like, I was doing this and that. And now this gives me to a question like, was he possessed? Can we say this is an evil spirit, or he was just made over something, or he was drunk? What do you make of the video of this businessman from Kwekwe akauraya vanhu 6 nokuvabaya nemapanga nemapfumo pfungwa dzachona? What do you think? This video is very disturbing, especially to hear him narrate like that, and children were also hurt along the way. So let's just listen to this video and let me know what you think.
Ndakatanga nokuraya vanhu vasipo, ndakatanga kuraya vari pamba pangu. Ndakureva
ko chaikutuma chii kuti uite zvakadai kesho? Iwe tokuziva kesho uri munhu une makambani zake, hauzi tsotsi, hauzi roba. Chii chinokonzera kuti muda?
Handisi tsotsi kune manje pamda. Inini ndiri tsotsi but handidire vanhu vanozvitambirira 1. 2 handina mucha roko rwangu haruna musodzi, handina munhu achichema naro. 1. 2 kuzvita kwandakazviita inini ndainge ndikutumiwa, ndainge handisi ndoga, asi ndakazoti ndaenda kune munhu anga ari mukadzi wangu buzo kwakaba mukuru avasana nomuziva. Ndakasvika ipapo vakajamba vakatiza, ndobva ndaenda kunobaya vana nebvungu.
Kuvana wanga wakushovabayira chii?
Vana pane mistake yakaitika, vaenda nakubaya vana vakomana. Vana vakomana verudzi rupi romuchinda weyangu. Saka mheno semunhu angatanga uku, saka mhepo iyoyo pane zvayakaita mhepo iyoyo kuti rizokuvadza nevakati vasikana ndituna matatu vapore. Saka nguva iyoyo pandakabaya vana, ndakabva ndati mukadzi wangu ari kupi? Zvikanzi nemwe munhu anga ari pasi akati namutuma zvapombone. Saka nguva ndakabuda pasi ndipisa ndobva ndashayiwa, pandakaporerwa ndana paine banga pari. Ndanotora banga riya ndobva ndaenda ndikati ndinobaya vana vaya, ndatangobaya vana vaya. Ndobva ndabva ipapo ndobva ndaenda ndadzokera kumba manje. Ndadzokera kumba ndandasiya demo, ndikanzi tora demo, utore nebvumo, utore netsimbo, utore nebanga. Ndobva ndaenda saizvozvo. Ndaenda saizvozvo zvikanzi ndadabuda ndanzi dzokera tangaona zvichekwe zviri pamba apa ndozvinoimba nhema, zvimasavada zvinouraya zvinodunga vana vako. Ukona bhera iyo irako bhera ivaro iri mumba mako. Ndikandeva zvikanzi izvozvi ndo zvine bhera zvodaidza varo kuti vaipapi vaipamba. Ndobva ndachine demo wanidyara. Ndobva chimwe chamuka ndikati oraya chimbuya vangu vaikuvengerai chii? Mbuya vangu mai vaita sei? Sei mbuya vangu vasika kudei pano? Ndobva ndachine bvumwe ndikati alright apa ndazviita. Ndobva ndaenda pamba ine juraho pachichi paanzani
pamachichi.
ndakataka pamachichi
paskwiri
anoshanda kusitoringire mukadzi wacho. Ndikanzi uri kuona muchinda uyu muchinda uyu munhu akanaka kwazvo, asi mukadzi wake musatanisi akaromba, ane utsinye kuvanhu, akaipa singaiti. Ndobva ndatisana ndoita ripiko zvikainoka, ndobva ndanoka zvikachibva ipapo chena.
So let me know, what do you think about this video? Do you think people can be possessed to such an extent of, we may say, okay, killing one person, then you go on to kill another one. And the way he's narrating and everything is really disturbing. And let's just be safe out there. You never know what can possess people. All these things that are happening around us, very strange, very, very strange, I should say, right? Anyway, let's move on to our next story. Another story that we have is also very, very disturbing. For some of us who have been following the Tokyo Olympics, we just ended, right? We have seen that Africa was represented and so forth. And also one of the countries that we know always represent Africa marvelously is Kenya. And so there is a Kenyan long distance runner who was found dead in her home in Kenya, and she was only 25 years old. She came fourth in the 5,000 meters in Tokyo, Japan, and she was also a world record holder. But unfortunately, she was found murdered, and her husband is the suspect. And when I last followed the story, the husband was nowhere to be found. His phone was switched off, and the police were actually making him as the prime suspect of the murder. They're saying that the two were having some sort of problems. Yes, it is alleged that the father, tried to contact his daughter but couldn't, and then he became suspicious. And when they got to home and informed the police, then they found that the lady was dead. Yes, so it's really sad that if it's really domestic violence, it's something that is very, very sad. And the president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, said whoever is responsible for this should be brought to book. So there's a manhunt for the husband, and also any other person who might know something different. They've been called to come in and report the issue. So it's very difficult. It's very, very sad for a family to lose, a family member in such a gruesome manner, because she was found with some stab wounds. So it's very sad. We hope that whoever committed this crime is going to be caught, and justice is going to be served for this young lady who just lost her life at the prime of her life at 25 years old. All right. So it's something that is very, very sad. Now, moving away from some sadness, let's just go into the social scene. Yes, now, these days, our social scene is very, very active. We know the mighty issue that is going on, this and that, the going forth that is happening on social media. And also, we have also the story of Queen Delicious, and how everything is just going on social media, right? Quite interesting. Zimbabwe social media is something that is very, very interesting, right? Now, Queen Delicious then posted a short video of her and the boyfriend, and she was saying, I am teaching the ladies kuti murume ngaadyiswe. Handiti murume anofanirwa kudyiswa. This is how uchidyisa murume. So I just found the video to be hilarious, and I just said, okay, this is Queen Delicious. This is what she does. And the guy is actually sitting there and is actually looking very interesting indeed. I was just wondering, like, okay, if this guy was a Zimbabwean guy or us African boys, how would they react if they see someone biting something and putting it down, and putting it back in the food you're supposed to eat? How would they react? Anyway, just to see this clip, guys, and let me know what you think about this one. All right, so let's watch. All right, so anyway, let's move on. We do have another picture that is trending on social media. This picture is of our president ED Mnangagwa and a young boy, and people are putting in different captions that they want on this picture, but I'm just going to read for you the caption that has been put on President ED Mnangagwa's Facebook page, accompanied by this photo, right? It says, my dream for every child is that they will grow up to a Zimbabwe where hard work and dedication will decide their destiny. By grace of God, we are closer to this every day. So this is the caption that has been put on a photo that is now circulating on social media. Yes, and of course some other people, they're putting different captions, but this is the original caption that has been put on the photo itself. Yes, and now just a reminder, the 25th of October is fast approaching, and for those of you who might ask, what is the 25th of October about? What the next video that I'm going to do about sanctions. Yes, the 25th of October is a date that was set aside by African Union, to advocate for the removal, for the unconditional removal of sanctions in Zimbabwe. So this date is fast approaching, and of course we're going to be coming here, my friends. Let's have a discussion about it, and I'm planning so that we can have a Zoom meeting, or we can have a live stream here so that everyone can input their their thoughts and their opinions on this issue, on this subject of sanctions. As we know that a lot of people have got divided, others are saying the sanctions were not meant for people, others saying we're not affected, but a lot of things has been said pertaining to sanctions. So let me know what you think. My name is Ziki, and until I come back again with more, subscribe and stay.